Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today's video coming up is I get this. I've done this video before, but today I'm going to revisit it because I'm getting a lot of new subscribers that are asking me about this. So today's video coming up. I hope you guys enjoy it. A lot of times it's repeat, but you know, you get questions asked. So. If you didn't have roosters in the background and noise and things like that, so sorry about that, guys. So today's video is going to be about communication to your Filipina here and long distance relationships. It seems that there's a trend for me on the channel and Ruth's channel even that people are asking questions, and I'm getting quite a few emails on people wanting to know how I handle long distance relationships and how the best way to handle it at the current time that I see. So, what can I say? Number one thing is communication to your fiance, to your girlfriend, and one of the that's sometimes can be frustrating because when you're using WhatsApp or WeChat, I don't think Viber's available anymore, but the chats that were available, that are available, you got to always talk to them and be there for them. But you got to talk to them in a manner that they can understand. Your speech sometimes needs to be just a little bit slower because sometimes we will talk fast, depending on what part of the country you're from in U.S. or wherever. You want to make sure that that when you do talk to them, because their English that they taught here in school is different than our English that we're accustomed to. The English there is way different, and what I mean here is way different. For an example, they take certain words differently than you would think in U.S. For an example, you tell somebody something to do here, and you think that they understand you, but they only speak just a little English. They don't understand anything you ever said. And that's in case you're building a house or communication or talking. Some would just want to hear you talk and ask you questions, which is fine. But you got to distinguish yourself. Did they understand me? And did my fiance understand what I was saying? A lot of times what happens, they don't have availability of what we have in the other country. For example, cars that have radios that are constantly blaring all the time, depending on where you're from. Long drives that are hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, just get to work, and then start your day and then drive back home. And we have a lot of gadgets in the U.S. We have availability of a lot of gadgets. We can Bluetooth. We can Bluetooth in a car. There's a lot of things that we can do. So cameras and cameras in the front, cameras in the back. They have it here. Not everybody has it. I mean, there's kids right here in my neighborhood that don't have a TV. They don't even have electric, and they can still cook by wood. They're constantly scourging the field over there. We gave a bunch of them wood, and it was like you gave them $1 million. So you have to think that. One time Ruth called and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm cooking." And I said, what are you cooking?" And so she flipped it around. I said, "You're cooking on wood." She goes, "I always cook on wood or charcoal." And she didn't have a stove. So you gotta, what I'm saying is sometimes we take things for granted, sometimes being from other parts of the world. They live simple here, and it's a wonderful life, actually. It really is. Because the simplicity can make you calm. The simplicity will make you appreciate things a little bit more than what you had in your past or what's going on. So I think really communication is number one when you're talking to your Philippine. Take your time. You're not going to have signal every day. She's going to get mad at you because signal. She's going to get mad at you because you tried to call her and you couldn't get to her because signal's off. She's going to get mad at you because sometimes when you're talking to her, she just completely misunderstood what you said. way out of context. And you're going to have to go back and call her and have patience with her to understand it, because sometimes it's hard for, depending on your lady, on how much English that she does have, that she can really understand it. Once I got with Ruth here, I understood a lot more than I ever would have thought why she was the way she is. I would say, well, why did she? But it was because she did not understand what I was saying. We have sarcasm that we'll say in the U.S. We have words that we will do. You can't do that. One time she called, I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm driving down the road, this is my load. And she says, what in the world? Song, you know? She said, what in the world are you talking about? And because it was playing on the radio. So, and you can't do that to a Filipina. And she turned down and said, what is that? What song is that? She goes, oh. And so you make sure that when you were talking to her, you're in a quiet place. She can understand you. Talk slowly. Keep communication strong. Keep the communication going. Talk to her regularly, morning and evening, or evening only. Set times every day. Make sure you do your very best to do that, because you'll find your life a lot easier. And because if you're bringing her to the U.S., or if you're coming here, or if you're waiting to come here and you're waiting for it to open and getting all the documents and everything ready and doing all that you need to do to get here, sometimes you might need to just make sure that you think about everything that you do. For an example, if you say you're flying into Manila and you have time, that's your date, make sure to think about her and get her a ticket and all the above, because she's going to feel despair. I made a mistake in doing that with Ruth one time. What I mean by that is I'd bought my ticket, sent it to her, and she didn't answer the text, this, that, and other. And I said, I got it. She said, oh, okay. Well, after I get off the phone and after I go a couple hours later, I said, oh, I need to buy her a ticket to Manila. So things to think about is not only you have to think about the environment here is completely different. Now, a long-distance relationship can be very stressful in itself, because you don't have the touch. You have everything else but the touch. You have the looks, you have the words, you may be eating the food, you may be doing everything in the world, but you do not have the touch, the feel of that person you're talking to. You don't know really what they're really like when they get off the phone. You really don't know what type of person they are until they get off the phone. You really don't know a lot of things until they get off that phone. And you're here to understand what they're about, what they're going through. They're really searching the mangoes. There's probably been, I'd say, 100 people here in the last 10 days getting the mangoes off that tree. There was 5 guys in it one day trying to get them all. And it's still falling. It's the sour, the green mango, really sour. Kids love it because they love the sweet and the sour. They put soy sauce on it. But to get back to it, a lot of times too is you have to take the time, spend the effort in thinking about where they're coming from. A simple thing that you might start thinking about doing too is if you have a Filipina that you're talking to here, do a simple task. Buy her, which I'm sure you do anyway. Buy her a gift and send it. Buy her something simple and send it. It doesn't have to be something that costs $50, $10. That's what I did to Ruth. I bought her simple gifts and sent it unknowingly. You know, she didn't know they were coming. And she'd get the gift. And I did a 10-day gift. She didn't know it was 10 days, but I sent her a gift every day for 10 days. Some cost $2, some $5. Just simple gifts. Little notepads and pens and just stuff. And I would send something and I make sure I sent something that I would tell the person that's sending it, like from Lazada or where I was buying it from, write this note inside there, put this note inside there in English. And they did. So, because I would dress bar and I bought her some clothes, just her and R. So those simple things So every day she would receive something. And when the 10 days, do I get another gift? But she didn't need it. She didn't ask for it. But it was like the simplicity of it just brightened up their world. Because they don't really give gifts here. Nobody really gets a gift here. Christmas time, where I'm at, the people I'm around, the people I'm associated with, they don't give gifts. They don't give any kind of forms of anything. And I think I spent all the money I spent was maybe $30 or $40 tops, including the shipping and everything to her. I bought all our Disney T-shirts and this stuff, just things that just made them smile. That nobody had that. Nobody has that stuff. Nobody had it. Disney sunglasses. Nobody had that here. But I'm in Orlando. What am I going to do? I just had it shipped from Lazada and had it shipped there. Because you can order anything there. And then, in fact, there, one time, at that particular time, they carried a lot of Disney items. Because of Disney Hong Kong. So they had a lot of stuff that they would sell on there. So I would say communication, long-distance relationship, just take your time and really think about what's going on here and what they're going through. Because, you know, life, too, is simple, and they're not really stressed out. But then again, too, when they don't get to speak to their hubby or their fiance or their best friend, anybody would get upset. And I know that we sometimes ourselves, Ruth and I, would get so frustrated, you know, a year and a half on the phone. Ridiculous. It was really ridiculous. It was tougher for me. It gets to the point to where I've said everything I could say. I've done everything I can do. I've exceeded my limit on what I can say or do, and so is she. We were both getting frustrated at the end. Come the last 2 months, we're both saying to ourselves, okay, we're at our limit. What else can we say that would, you know, pique us up a little more? And we've pretty well done it. You get someone you've been with for 2 years or 3 years on it, it's really struggles because you end up, it's more like it gets to be a habit after a while. You know, when you're talking, it's a habit. It's something that you're doing, and it's a habit of like, oh, okay, I better call, like that. And in a relationship, you can't look at it that way. It's got to be something that really piques your interest and keeps you going at that time. I know, so the guys out there, just hang in there. You might try the 10-day gift thing, 10 days of gifts, something simple, even just simple, you know, $1 items, $2 items. Heck, you could send them from the U.S. You could bleak buy box, 10 days of gifts, but they can't open them. There's day number 1, day number 2, day number 3. Because that way it gives them things like that helps relieve the stress of you not being here. Because every time you're on the phone with your lovely lady, she's going to ask you, I can't wait till you come. See, one thing about Filipina that is different from the women that I've had in my past is that they will constantly make sure you're okay. For an example, I've had a problem breathing at night because of allergies. Just my throat's closing up on me. It's not my chest, my throat, just things like that. So Ruth yesterday goes down and sees the doctor and gets me something. Not saying that they don't do it, but they far exceed every night before we go to bed. She's done it ever since we've been married. She puts the lotion here. She's done it every night. I never ask to do anything. I don't ask her. I don't ask her for anything. But and it's not just me. They do it to the ones they love. The care is just different. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. Example, I just came outside. I went and my water was low, and my ice water, I always have ice water, always. I drink ice water. I don't drink tons of it. I drink, 30 ounces a day. But it's always there with ice in it, a big clump of ice out of the freezer. So I come back from the bathroom, and took a shower, you know, cleaned up, shaved, even though I don't look like it. Joke. And the water was filled. Not only that, she put on a pot of coffee because she knows it's 4:30 and I'm going to need a pot of coffee. So it's things like that that, I don't know, they're always thinking about you. You don't think they are. You don't think that. You may not see your wife all day, not talk to her for 2 days because of life, not because of anything's wrong, but because of life and what's going on, and you know, sisters and this, that. But it's that thing. She's just saying our R is right now eating cookies and drinking ice water like Daddy. So she has to do what Daddy does. Now she likes peppers. But to get back to what I was saying, and this is a long video, I don't care, it doesn't matter. People tell me, just do whatever you want to do. So I'm going to just do whatever I want to do. But the care, just make sure you take the time and think about what they're going through here. If they have sisters or mother, you might think about that too. If send the mother and father a gift. You don't have to send all the sisters, the kids, and the grandkids $1 gift. It could be napkins, like the wet naps. You can send her those. Send them those, a pack each. Simple things. Because people here, they have them here. Not everybody buys them. You go to this house here, and that house, I guarantee they don't have stuff like that there. They don't have that. There's something they just don't buy because they don't see a need in it. Their needs are different. You know, the guy's a pig farmer. He and the wife she does laundry for the neighbors. That's what she does. That's how they make a living. This one over here is a tricycle driver. That's how he makes his living. This one's a guard and a tricycle driver. Over here, don't work. Over there, don't. Over here, don't work. No jobs. And there's 5 or 6 kids in there, and I'm talking young men, 19 to 30, 19 to 40. No job. No worries. Grandma takes care of them. They don't have to have a job. So I think, but really what you need to do, though, is think about your Filipino. I'll cut it off here. Long-distance relationship. Communication's number one. Watch your words, the type of language that you're using, meaning no sarcasm, no jokes, because they will take it differently than what we do. God bless everybody. Thank you. Always watch my videos. And have a great day.